Hello and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. We are just arriving back at the mine now, as we do have a need for our big Volvo loader, as well as, well, we need the low loader just so that we can actually transport the massive Volvo loader as well. Because, yeah, we could drive it down, but it would take quite a while. We are going to be leaving the big bucket here because, oh, we've got the bits down. Ramps are already ready. We can leave the big bucket here. Wow, that is a beacon. Blimey. Right, the reason is we will be getting a log fork for the Volvo loader. I wonder if we should get a wider low loader. Oh my goodness, it's brought the whole front of the lorry up. Right, that should be fine about there. Shut it down, save on fuel. Alright, well, we're all set to travel. Put the ramps up. Alright, we're off. We'll see you down at the shop. Alright, we're just pulling into the shop now, and I will... Oh, look at our beautiful metal factory working away. Right, we'll get that unstrapped for the time being. Just park that, shut the engine off. We will purchase a couple of items actually. If we do double check, well, we can have a look in the sales, nothing there. If we do look in our own, the only trailers that we have is our iron ore trailer, so we do need a proper logging trailer. Now there is the Flegel Timber Runner, which does what it does, but there is the Platinum Expansion Schwarzmüller timber trailer, so this is the one we'll probably end up going with. It is a bit lighter as well. It's a bit more expensive, but that is fine, and it looks fantastic, especially with the orange on. Can we... Oh, we can do, but for way too much money. So yeah, we probably won't do that. But that looks great, so we'll probably purchase this. But first thing I'd like to purchase is... for wheel loaders, we can look at... Right, I want to make certain that I purchase the right one. I believe it would be this one. The unloading grapple. Versus... Yeah, there is no other option really, but we will look at... wheel loaders, the big fella, combinations, and there we are. Yeah, 6,500. That sounds about right. Massive. That is massive. Alright, we'll start with that. Let's have a look at it then. Oh, wow. It's taller than our mower. Right, at least we don't have to transport this any further on the trailer. We can just drive there also. Actually, 38k an hour. That's alright for a machine of this size. That's faster than some tractors actually. But I wouldn't want to make a habit of it. Look at that. Look at that. That is massive. Absolutely ridiculous. Right, but we need it. So what we're going to do, carefully cross the tracks here. Let's scout out where we're going to carry on our tree harvesting. So I had said that I wanted to... Oh yes, everyone's all ready in here. Look, it's very difficult to log in the autumn because of all the beautiful colours. Wow. Probably going to start in this section here and even over there, because this whole area is going to be reforested at some time, once we actually do have the proper equipment for it. Right, so this should do. But we do now need a few other items. We do need to harvest, which we will be doing soon. I won't show too much of that, because I have done loads of tree harvesting, but I will load a logging trailer with our beautiful Volvo, what is it, the L8? Yeah, L180H. Fantastic. Right, now we have to go back to the shop, and we have to purchase ourselves a trailer. So, we will use the money that we have. I won't loan it. I will buy it outright, as why not? Do you know what I mean? For something like this, yes, it adds up. We'll be under £100,000. However, I have had a comment, not exactly telling me where a collectible is, but we will have a look at that in just a moment after we buy this. Right, mud flaps. It does look good, doesn't it, with the mud flaps on? Maybe just those ones actually looks better. And it's cheaper. The extensions, I'm absolutely fine with the default, because then we'll probably... Oh, how much fits on this? Is it 20? Is that going to be 20 meters or 12 meters? We'll have to cut one to see. Spare wheel, not necessary right now. Since we're buying it outright, I'm not fussed about altering too much. Now, it's way too much to do that. The whole thing, oh blimey. I mean, it matches out to other trailer, but no, we'll just do that for now. And let's put on some sort of fancy numbers here. And what have we got? It's a Schwarzmüller. There we are. Oh, hello. Back only. Perfect. That is good. Yes, we're going to buy it outright, so meaning we can change the colours, no problem, in the future. But that looks pretty good to me. An extra £1,000 in... Oh, sorry, an extra £500 in accessories via the mud flaps. Right, and purchased. Brilliant. Look at that. Oh, wicked. Look at that. It's got a little pickaxe on there, a little pickaxe thing, and a broom and a shovel. Do all your logging forestry needs. Right. We'll just quickly tuck away the the low loader here. We'll just tuck it in our area. We'll get it out of the shop area. And then we will have a look for this collectible near the old sawmill. I'm not sure where to check, so I won't hang about too long. I am just very curious to see where this might be, and it will make the bank account look a bit more impressive since we have a lot less money, but we have a lot of incoming products, which will in turn result in more money. Right, we'll get this hooked up, see how it looks. Looks very good, very, very good. This should be fine for this particular for this lorry, so it should be alright. Actually, might as well just bring this into the space. Right, we'll do that, and then we'll see you at the old sawmill. Right, so we have arrived, and the comment mentioned taking a walk around the old sawmill. This place is massive, though. How am I supposed to find where the... I wonder if it's on top. Right, there's just way too... What's that? Is that a thing? That looks like a wheelbarrow, but I must investigate. Yeah, it's a wheelbarrow in it. Right, well, how big is the olds? Is this whole area the sawmill? Nah, it's a container warehouse. Right, so it must be round here somewhere. I'm just going to have a very quick look, but I don't want to take any more time. I feel like I'm going to run up there very quickly as well. But, like, where could it possibly be? It's got to be an animal of some kind, so why would it be on, unless it's a bird, on the sawmill? That's my only guess there. I'm not seeing anything hiding over here at all. No. Right, okay, have a very quick look on the roof of the sawmill, if I can get up here. Right, we don't own this yet, so we probably shouldn't be up here. Should be up here anyways, but... Right, you'd think you'd have a better view, at the very least. Well, a bit more details on the comment would be good, although I do like to find them as naturally as possible. Here's a question for you. Will I find this collectible as naturally as possible when I own the sawmill, if I'm actually doing work around the sawmill? Because if not, then a bit of extra sort of advice would be good as to where it is. Anyways, I've searched the most obvious spots around and can't find it, but I might have another look a bit later on. Right, so here we are, back in the foresty area. Oh, we can see a bit of the... looks like a bit of the roller coaster there coming up. Very nice indeed. Right, okay, let's get to it. We've got some big trees here. We've got a nice little area here of big trees. We will cut them down. Oh, I haven't measured yet the length that will fit. Is this longer than a container? I don't know. It does look bigger than a container, but not quite as big as the biggest. So let's go in the middle. 12 meters, so 15. We'll try 15 meters. There's a tree right here I'm going to try with first. As I've said, I'm not going to get too much of the actual harvesting in. A bit of it, but yeah, I mean, unless that's more fun to watch than the loading, perhaps it is. Oh, let's go a bit lower down there. A bit lower down yet. Perfect. Right. So we'll see if I can manage this. Right, actually, while we are sort of lined up in some sort of nice way, hopefully. No, it seemed like it was nice, but it's not. Cut length is at 12 meters. Let's up that to... oh my, yes, 15 is the next available option. And what I will do is bring the truck round, have it cut what is going to be 15 meters, and see if it is the right size. This is just temporary. I'm going to move the... oh my. I'm going to move the truck out the way after... oh my. Right. We've almost got ourselves into a spot of bother, but almost indeed. Not quite. Alright, that's enough of this madness. We probably... I am stuck in the tree. We probably should move the Kubota. Going to say the Komatsu, but that's what also probably should move that out the way as well. But yes, just for the time being. Right, now I do hope that our big Volvo hasn't made the Kubota a bit irrelevant. I don't think it has, but just as far as loading containers goes, but it should be fine for other things as well. That looks about perfect, actually. So why don't we cut another like this? They don't have to be perfect. That's the beauty of these logs as well, as they don't have to be all perfectly cut. Right, so we'll try and put a few of these next to the Kubota so we don't lose them. And then, yeah, we can just keep going on with this. I suppose deadwood is just literally going to take up space, so I don't... oh no, there's loads of stumps on the ground. So I don't know if we will mess around with any of the deadwood stuff, but we'll get as many of these big trees as we can and get it lined up nicely so we can load up the Volvo and trailer. So we'll see how it goes. Just going to get this one lined up, and then I'll just drive over these rocks. They're not that in the way. I suppose that's another use for the skid steer as well, is clearing out rocks. There's contracts for it, and it seems we do have rocks on our own land as well. Right, so we'll get this as nicely... oh no, that's not very nice. It's not that bad though. Right, we'll crack on with this. We'll get a few logs done. Might toss this onto a nice little time lapse for the time being. And then we'll move on to loading up the trailer. Alright, I think that's plenty for now. This very first tree that I tried to cut, it got stuck on the harvester, as you probably saw, if I made this into a time-lapse, which I believe I probably have done. Means that I have to cut it now myself. I'm actually going to reposition the lorry and trailer like this, so that we can very easily load these on. I will move the small ones out of the way. I have decided to put them nearby to the Kubota, just so I don't lose them. Should be 2 of them, perhaps 3. Ah, 3 indeed. Actually, well, yeah. I'll just load them on at the end. They're all going to be the smallest bits anyways, and I don't want to get it all in the way. Right, so... oops, hello. I am thinking that with the Volvo loader I have, this is going to make loading very easy. As I've said, between my two series that I have running now, which is Frühling and this one, both of them sort of being like a let's play new farmer type thing, but I got to the point of that series where I was doing so many productions, and I know it's the end of the series and all, that I wanted to use super strength to get it sort of done and dealt with, because there's just lots going on. It would take ages as far as progression, but this, since my focus is on the logging and primarily production work, because that's what you do with logs, is turn them into other things, I've decided that yeah, I am going to not, or at least try not to, have to use any sort of super strength on this series, which means that it might, oh no, which means that loading logs could be a bit... Right, this actually does seem like it can hold way more than this amount, but I just wanted to start with what I had here, and oh my god. So this is an interesting start to the loading with the Volvo. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to put them all down, and I'm going to try and load them from the middle. I thought I was in the middle, but I suppose I was not. Well, clearly was not. Right, unload. This is much different than loading with the small Kubota one log at a time system. But if I do get the hang of this, it'll be much more efficient, I reckon. It's just hard to, with such long logs. What my next plan might be is to do smaller batches of half the amount. Right, meaning instead of doing just massive 15-meter logs, I'll try and do some that are not. Okay, is that one going to be awkward? Or can I move it out of the way? Oh, thank goodness. Right, so I might have spoke too soon about this being better, but also it is it needs more logs, I reckon, to actually work properly. Now, here's where we can find out. This is horrendous, actually. Right. Well, I've got a handful in. I will try and bump those ones. See, that's where the Kubota might come in handy. Actually, I'm going to try that right now. Just to bump those up high enough. Oh, no, it's not going to reach. Who am I joking? Going to try with this. Right. See, this is the kind of situation where I'd be like, alright, fine, I'll use a little super strength just to get it right. But why not try it properly if I can do? Look at that! Up and over, mate. Right, there you are. Happy days. Right, we'll swing around the other side, get the other one up. Oh my, I'm going to have to push these in. That's what the Kubota could be used for as well, is for manoeuvring the logs once they're actually on the trailer, just pushing them into place. Right, I will try and stick this onto a time-lapse unless it gets a bit nerve-wracking or nauseating, and then I may move it to a jump cuts, but I will probably also grab the Volvo tractor, and we will be using every piece of equipment I have for this logging session, which is loads of fun though. Right, I think I need to get this out of the way, but I want to get this dealt first, if I can do. And I believe I can do. Oh no, this tree is really in the way. I'm really just testing the limits now. There we are, there we are. Problem solved. One problem solved. Oop. Up you go, and in you go, and down you go. Look at that. Right, so I think we'll have no problem now. I'm just going to get the Kubota, get this lined up, and we'll try and toss this into a little time-lapse and get the trailer filled and delivered to various productions. Off we go. Right, well, a little bit of an intermission with all the madness. We have a very nice little collection going on here. I'm very pleased with how this has turned out so far. I have decided as well that since the priority is definitely the paper mill, well, of course, the sawmill, purchasing the sawmill is the priority, but to do so we need money. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take the big logs on the trailer to the paper mill, and then we'll come back when we're ready. Can I not? There we are. And we'll get all the little ones and bring them down to the wood turning shop, which I believe it also uses wood quite quickly. I'm just trying to get these a little nicely sorted, because then there'll be loads of these by the time we get this full, which I reckon will be another, I don't know, maybe three trees, we shall see. But we will crack on with it just so we can get this all wrapped. Hello dear, oh my goodness, don't worry, this will be full of trees once again very soon. Yeah, that is the plan. Just as a reminder, I'm not going around deforesting everything without the intention of replenishing the forest as it deserves to be. Right, so what we'll do is we'll carry on with this, and then, as I've said, in the future, we will definitely be looking at reforestation. Sorry, I just was wondering why it wasn't working there. But we're good. Right, we're back at it. Alright, we are ready to go. As you can see, we've got loads of wood on the back. Gonna get that strapped in before we forget. I do think that we could have, I guess, added more to this, but I feel like that is probably the extent that you want it to be. Right, we will just ride along the tracks until we get to our exit, and then we shall be on the road to the paper mill, which is where our logs are going. Right, so, unless we get hit by a train, we'll see you there shortly. Nice. Successful. Right, see you at the paper mill. Alright, well, we are just fitting in here with all of our new lumber that we have. All of our logs ready to be turned into paper. So by a click of the button we now have 30,000 litres. What? Is it full? Oh, it's full! Well, that is interesting. Alright, so what we'll do then, with it being full, is we shall take the rest, I guess, down to the wood turning shop. That is rather impressive. Oh yes, look at that. We've got a paper roll there as well. Beautiful. That's worth about 10,000, right? Oh, sorry, about 25,000, I believe, because they are 2,800 litres, so just about 3,000 litres. And I think the price for them is usually quite good at around... Look at that. And that's like... Well, that's a good price, actually. Blimey, should probably... I wonder if it's... Is this like the price to guide? Because if so, it's at the lowest possible. Whereas this is at the highest possible. But I feel like that could increase as well. Either way, Brilliant. Brilliant way of making some money like that. Right, what I might do is I might leave a few logs here so that we have one less thing. So if we look at it from up here, we've got quite a few logs in still. So I might just get a couple dropped off so that we can have them here when we need them, and then we'll take the rest over to the wood turning shop. Alright, we're just approaching our little wood shop now, and we've got a few pallets here as well, so we'll just turn in and get this wood unloaded. Make sure we're off the pavement there. Right, that should do. Now, I was going to stop off and get the rest of it, but okay, so maybe we should still. Paper is good. This one... Right, so what we'll do very quickly then is we'll go back to our little area. I was going to do this on my way here, but I figured that by the time I brought the logs over, it should be enough, but it's not quite enough. That's fine. So we will head back to the forestry area, collect those by hand logs, the ones that we can actually throw in here by hand, and then we'll come back and we'll fill up this production, ready to produce more bowls, staircase railings, and pepper grinders. Alright, well, it does seem like we managed to get quite a few little bits of wood. Well, I'm sure there's... Oh, I see one. I was going to say, I'm sure there's more hidden... Oh, God. I saw it. Oh, hello. I saw it from the... Is that the one? How did I see that? Right, anyways, I'm sure there's more lurking about, but we will take what we have for now, and hopefully that tops up the production. I think I might have underestimated how much I actually have to bring there versus how much I have to bring to the paper mill, but the paper mill is the priority for now, especially as it is bringing in loads of money. That paired up with the iron furnace and the metal, it's going to be a bit ridiculous. Then we'll be able to purchase our the old sawmill, which then with that we can produce many things. I know I've realized I could actually buy the different necessary building tools or building equipment or whatever, rather, planks and such, but why would you want to do that? Like planks long, you can buy them from the sawmill. I suppose if you really want the roller coaster done, but we are enjoying it, and we're going to make many staircase railings, pepper grinders, and bowls. Eventually, I will probably focus more on the things that the roller coaster does need once we have the old sawmill. The paper factory has nothing to do at all with the sawmill, or, as far as I'm aware, the boatyard either. Another thing I want to focus on is animals as well, because we do have the sheep that we need to place somewhere. And I was thinking about in here, because we do have the iron furnace there, but I think I'd like to keep this filled with trees, and eventually we'll move on to this area, which we do own this area here. If we were to clear this area of trees and have the sheep in there, and then have this for their food, because it is a field that's already there and it's really not that expensive, then that seems like a good idea. Even if we put the sheep on that land, it's fine. But this area that I'm in, which really when you look at it, we haven't even barely covered any of our area. We still have all of this, which is about the same area as this, plus all of this, plus all of that, and near our place, and whatever else we can buy, which really 66,000 is not very much. That's 2 pallets of paper to purchase that. So if we look at it from that perspective, we are in the we're in the good. We really are in the good, and all is looking very well here as well. So I reckon that'll be a nice time to sign off. In the next episode, we will definitely be bringing our production stuff down to the sells point. I believe the roller coaster is all set for... Actually, we will have a very quick look at the roller coaster. That's what we'll sign off with. The big R. Oh, right, that looks new. So does that, really. Oh, and that over there looks new as well. Oh, it goes very far, doesn't it? Right, I wanted to give us a different view before we sign off for the episode, and there's a floating O! Oh no! Lost in the water. I suppose it's probably the O in roller coaster there, because it's all over the map. Well, actually, yeah, quite a bit in the map. Look, it's here and all the way down there. It's brilliant. Right. Oh, and a boat in the harbour there. Very, very nice. Not ours yet. Not one of ours just yet. In time. Right. Rambling already at the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, take care. And bye for now.